I grabbed the dude. I get him on top of a car. His head is right here. This cocksucker Mike bit my fucking ear.
Oh,
everything goes,
nigga. Fucking ear.
It looks. Oh
Look at
no!
I got the Evander Holyfield.
Fuck, bro.
You do.
And these dudes are laughing like, "Yo, son, your ear got bit. Yo, son, your ear."
Son!
All right, we got another episode, exciting episode here in Hotboxin with Eben, Britton, and Mike Tyson. We got our main man here, right here, Mr. Michael Rapaport.
Hell yeah.
Glad to be here.
Good to have you
Glad
here,
to
man.
be here. It's literally a when and where when it comes to Mike Tyson.
Now tell us, man, where you actually from and how? Huh?
All right, I'm from Manhattan.
Yeah.
I grew up in Manhattan, born and raised in Manhattan, my whole life. Grew up in the city playing ball. That was my thing, playing ball.
Really?
Oh yeah, that's what I loved. And then when I was 12, I met my best friend who's from Howard Houses. I told you about this.
Yeah, Howard Houses. That's my neighborhood.
Yeah.
Brownsville, Howard Houses. That's where at the PAL where you learn to box there too.
Yeah. So in
Athletic
1982,
League.
and what I remember was like, I mean, you were probably 15, 16. I used to go out to Brownsville. I was 12-year-old white dude, and I'd go play ball in Howard, played for the Brownsville Jets with Jocko and them.
Jocko!
Yeah.
Oh, Jocko passed, my
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Jocko,
yeah.
fuck!
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And World Be Free was out
Yeah,
there. Pearl
World Be
was out there. Fly was out there.
Fly Williams,
Your
yeah.
guys, my guy Wolf and those guys that knew you, Hammer and all these guys from Howard. And but I was a kid. I was a fucking 12, and Mike knows what it was like out there. But I wasn't involved with anything. I was a kid.
That's what I want to say. How did you get out there? Because if any white guy out there, he's a dangerous person. What were you doing out there,
I was a
man?
ball player. When you come out there, first of all, I wasn't in any. When you're 12, you're 12 years old, and like I knew everybody in Howard. So
that's a trip, man.
It's a fucking trip when you think about it. And this is when
that's a trip.
It was crazy because at that time, I remember in spring break of '83, I was out there playing ball with my friends, and there would be gunshots, and I would literally like, oh shit. And my friends would laugh because they were so accustomed to it. And when I look back and you think about in America, in Brooklyn, the fact that little kids would get accustomed.
Yeah, they're hearing gunshots.
Like they're not flinching.
Jumping, not flinching.
Laughing at
where
me.
that came from.
and then I remember, when you started, when I started hearing your name, Brownsville, and Mike Tyson from Brownsville, Kid Dynamite, and Sports Illustrated, and seeing you on ESPN. Like, there's so much people that came from Brownsville, from the ball players, World Be Free, to Pearl, to Jimmy Smith, to Otis Wilson of the Bears, and this little fucking neighborhood, and and for me being around that at that time, I was exposed to so much shit, and it's a good thing, because it opened my eyes and made me realize it's not just the east side of Manhattan. And so it was a dope upbringing, but it was all basketball and hip hop and chasing girls. Like I wasn't.
That's a trip, man. Brownsville's a dangerous place.
It's a fucking dangerous place.
It's a dangerous place.
Dangerous fucking place. Dangerous fucking place. But I was always, looked after and shit because I wasn't a troublemaker.
Oh, they got you. I don't care what color you. They got you. You're in.
They got you.
You got you. Don't got to worry about it.
They had me, and like motherfuckers were like, "Yo, this is our guy." Bullshit.
Once they say that, you good. You in. This is our man right here.
Yeah.
You in.
Yeah. So that's why I grew up in New York City, and it was all. I had hoop dreams. I wanted to be an NBA player. I wanted to be a professional basketball player, but my hoop dreams turned into, hoop nightmares.
So listen. How did you flip over? Because that must have been your relationship with hip hop, hanging around those guys in Brownsville and stuff.
And the radio, and the radio, like hip hop was, my father he was the general manager of WKTU Disco 92 with Paco and Roscoe, and before this was the first station in New York City to play disco, and before they played disco, they played mellow rock. This is like 77, 78, 79. And in 79, he came home and he said, station's going to disco. I'm 9. He just was telling me about it. And he started playing all disco. And the station went from the bottom of the ratings to the top. But that same year, he brought home a record. He brought home a promotional copy of Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang. And he said, this is rap music. It's going to be a
That's
big
dope.
thing. And
Fuck.
I fucking would get all the records, and then being out in the streets playing ball and listening to BLS and Kiss and shit like that. I just was a
Frankie Crocker. and all
Frankie
those
Chief
guys.
Rocker, Frankie Crocker,
Frankie
and
Crocker.
Mr. Magic and Red Alert.
Oh, Magic and
Yeah.
Red Alert. Red Alert.
Yeah, and that shit was just, you know, it was just around me. So it was just an organic thing, and I fell in love with hip hop, the music, and then later on, you know, like going to the clubs.
You ever
and
been in Latin Quarters?
Latin Quarters,
Yeah,
yup.
back in the 80s, early 80s,
Yeah.
Latin Quarters, the tunnel and all
Yeah,
that stuff.
but Latin Quarters and Union Square and all that shit was fucking.
It was on Union Square in 14.
Yeah.
Union Square, I remember going, that was the madhouse.
Were you
The
going there
tunnel.
before you were Mike Tyson, or were you going in there to rob shit?
No, I never, listen, this is the deal, right? I had just stopped doing the robbing stuff. I had just met Cuss when I was starting to hang out in the clubs again and stuff.
This like 86?
No, this is like what? What is it now? 81, 82,
Okay.
83. I would go back and visit and stuff. And man, in the clubs, it was just crazy. They were the misfits. Only the misfits went to hip hop. If you wasn't a misfit, you wouldn't be there. It was just a place that people said, you was at that hip hop place, man? Wow, man, you better be careful in there.
It was wild in the
Yeah.
clubs. Yo, you would see I saw this with my own eyes in '86 in Union Square. Girls get their fucking earrings snatched. You know, dudes getting and you. I mean, in a club, like I'm like, what
Robberies, open robberies.
the like snatching chains, beating motherfuckers, you know, taking motherfuckers' jackets, and it was in the club. I was in Latin Quarters. I never forgot this. It was either '86 or '87. In Latin Quarters, where infamously Plaxico Burress,
Yeah,
that's
he
where he
shot
shot himself.
himself. Oh,
Really?
shit.
That's where he shot
Yeah,
himself
going
at?
up
Wow.
the stairs.
Oh, man.
But
I
this
didn't
is-
know-
that's
Latin
fucking
Quarters.
nuts.
That's where that happened.
And Latin Quarters was
I
like
didn't think
around.
people even go out to Latin Quarters anymore.
Yeah,
They
this
still do.
fucking guy. But Latin Quarters is like a place that I guess it was around in the 50s. It's been
guy.
around. But I remember being in Latin Quarters, standing next to the late Scott LaRock from BDP.
I used to see him out there. back
He
in
had
the
the
day.
S. And
He asked me to come to the video. He said, man, if you're around, man, I'll take my number. Come to the video. They were shooting a video.
were you in it?
No, I wasn't in it, man. I was just doing I ain't knew nothing about, I didn't know anything about videos and stuff back then. I didn't know.
It was, but there was a fight broke out. There was always fights, but I remember it was just the winter time. Scholar Rock is right here, and we're like leaning on the thing. And there's a fight. You're not really paying attention because they would get broken up, and it'd be little skirmishes. But this was a big fight, and it was happening over there. And these are grown men. I'm 16. This is you know, they didn't serve. The reason why they let kids in is because they didn't serve alcohol at the bar. I realized this later. So a dude reaches into his I think it was like a sheepskin or as a bubble goose and pulls out a sword in the club. Not a little fucking box cutter, a sword out
A
of
real
his shit.
Confederate sword, right?
Yo, I ran down the stairs and to leave probably right where Plaxico Burress shot himself, and then somebody else from behind me breaks a bottle over somebody, and the glass shards on me. And I'm like, and I'm going to get my jacket from the jacket coat. I say, fuck my jacket. I go down the stairs, and I swear this is all true. And there was a glass window, and while I'm going down the stairs to the glass window, I see a guy. I see this, boom, boom, boom. This is on in Times Square. I mean, in Union, like in Times Square. This is in like 11:30, 12:30 at night.
God.
And I go into the corner. Me and this girl, we're just like waiting for the shit to stop, and then it just stopped. Got my jacket and. And a couple of weeks later, I was back at Latin Quarters. Like it was nothing. But to see that shit, when you think about like the danger that was going on when you're 16, 17, you're so fucking dumb. And I wasn't a tough guy. I was around tough guys.
Yeah, but listen, can I tell you something? That adrenaline is addicting. You want to go back to that club again, you see them beautiful chicks you never seen before, them hot like Latino chicks chilling out.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you be like, oh,
Hell yeah.
nigga.
Hell yeah.
And then Mike, the first time I saw Mike Tyson, you hadn't won the belt yet. You had been on the cover of Kid Dynamite. You had been on the cover of Sports Illustrated. But I remember I saw you walking down the Deuce in a red Fila jumpsuit.
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
And I guess you had gotten cut sparring, and you had a Band-Aid, and you were walking with a chick, and you had a rope on, and you were walking. It was that Brownsville walk.
Shit, that's years ago. I was a teenager probably.
Yeah,
man.
but you were
God
Mike Tyson.
damn.
But I remember, like, you weren't like famous, but you like if you knew boxing. And I remember I walked past you, and I was with my friend Gerald, who's from Brownsville, we were like, oh shit, there's Ike Tyson. And we just said, what's up, Mike? And you were holding the girl's hand, you had the rope on, and your Fila velour shit, and I was just like,
So dope.
and it was when the Deuce was still the Deuce.
Yeah, it was. Listen, man, listen. I first came to the Deuce in 1977. I was 11 years old. I'm on the Deuce, right? I'm going there with Pickpocket, and so when I get there, it sounds like you never believe in your life. There's thousands of people walking around, and you have people coming up to you. I got that cocaine, got that weed, got that pussy on the side, got that bitches, got hoes, got pictures of cocaine, and people and the shit is just overwhelming. You're intoxicated, right? And then you're getting your friends
As a
doing
little
our blocks,
kid.
picking pockets and stuff. Some people we have to rob. If we have bad things, we have to rob one of the goddamn the perverts and stuff. The guys that want you to suck, that want to suck your dick and shit. So we set them up and rob them. Say we're gonna let them suck our dick. So we fuck them up real bad, and we robbed them.
Dude.
And, it was
The
just
aesthetic
incredible.
of it was crazy
It's
too.
so
with all
crazy.
This is right. I mean, it's like some straight up Taxi Driver shit.
Yeah,
Like this is
yeah.
like
Yeah, it was.
like
Yeah.
it was pornos and movies
Yeah.
and pimps and like it wasn't. That's not a set. That's a real fucking.
And if you fuck up, you can die.
Yeah.
You get left up there.
Well, my brother and I, we were born in New York City, lived in Brooklyn till I was 10. Then my mom moved us out here. But we were talking about, and that was the early 90s, how much cleaner it was.
Giuliani.
But it was still
He did a good job.
crazy.
You gotta give him that.
You know?
Let me ask you something, Mike, because you're a little older than me and you're a New Yorker. Because people go back and forth. That's like some people say the old New York. I'm like, yo, the way we describe that. It's cool to reminisce about it, but that shit wasn't dope. Like,
Listen, I couldn't take my kids there. I couldn't
Right.
take my kids there.
Right.
I would never want it to be like that again.
you
no.
let alone your kids. Like as an adult, if you went there
You're
now, you
threatened.
have
You'll
to be
feel
like,
safe. You
right?
wouldn't feel safe. I would never. It's so beautiful. I take my kids, baby. I can remember I couldn't bring you here, baby. I couldn't bring my kids here.
No, why would you bring your kids in? Like it's a
No,
fuck.
porno,
weed, coke,
It's cesspool,
whores,
man. It's
pimps, scumbags, fucking robbers.
It's the lowest of the lows of the city. And everybody came from different states just to see this.
Right.
Oh, everybody was so dirty. Everybody was so fucking dirty, man.
Shithole.
So crazy.
It was a fucking
Slimy.
mess.
We were real slimy people back then.
Yeah, it was.
Real slimy.
So that's by New York is. I mean, shit. It's changed. It's changed. But it's good. It's good. Change is good. There's always pros and cons. All that shit.
Yeah. So how'd you get into acting, man?
I got into acting because I wanted to be a basketball player. I knew when I was about 17, I wasn't even going to come close to being a basketball player. I'd gotten kicked out of school every single year just for talking shit. I wasn't I wasn't burning buildings down or starting fires. I just was disruptive behavior.
Did your mother take you to the doctor, get you medicine and stuff?
They
for that
wanted
shit?
to give me
Yeah.
medicine in the third grade.
They did that to me.
Did they give you the
Yeah.
medicine? They
Like
gave you the
Ritalin?
medicine?
Dorothy and all that
Yeah.
shit, man. It's crazy.
They gave it to you when you were
Psychotic
young?
Shit. Yeah, man. Like I was a fucking maniac. That's why I turned out fucked up.
My father didn't let me get on this shit. I
He was
probably could
smart.
have.
He
Yeah,
was smart.
I probably could have used a little fucking mood stabilizer. But they at the time it was
Not
so.
back then. Now
yeah,
you could. Back
you could
then
use a little
they were
dip.
fucked up back then.
Yeah. What they had you on because you were just were you wild physically, wild emotionally? Like why did like
emotionally, physically, cried at the drop of a dime, attacked the teacher, all that crazy shit.
Right.
One of those guys in
Right.
the class.
Right.
Rob the teacher, snatch a purse, and leave the fucking class, run up the classroom.
where you think you're going with her purse?
I'm gonna spend the money. I know I gotta come back to school, and I come back to school, the cops be there to arrest my ass.
That's fucking crazy. This is in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just disruptive, but I would have been in the class. They called it the retarded class.
Special ed.
Special ed. I was in special ed.
The fucking sick class.
And the fucked up thing is we were just in there. And
I was in there with Riddick Boy. Remember Riddick Boy
Yeah,
fight? Me and
yeah.
him was in fucking special ed together.
in junior high school.
Public school.
Elementary?
Yeah.
You and Riddick?
Yeah.
Jesus
And
fucking
after two Taylor
He's
Chance
from
went to school
Brownsville.
together. We went to school together.
And Mike, tell
That's crazy,
Same
Mike.
school.
Explain
Same
how
time.
small Brownsville is in terms of like the fact that two heavyweight champions at the same time from the same era came out. Explain the size of it.
Listen, right? It's a trip. It's not big, but it's over fucking crowded, overpopulated.
Projects.
Just projects, right? And we have people on top of one another, it's constantly pressure on top of one another, and every now and then it starts to blow, and people just start shooting and start robbing. We have riots. It's just really crazy.
Small fucking area.
Shooting cops shooting us.
Yeah. It's fucked up because they can't fix Brownsville unless there's too many projects.
Listen,
they're not going to gentrify Brownsville.
I always said that's the only part of Brooklyn that's not going to get the pretty to go fix it up. They may put a few trees there, but they're not going to fix it up. They're not going to make condominiums out of the projects. It's
too much.
Yeah, it was a waste field before it was a Brownsville. Brownsville was just a waste field where they put the garbage at, and then they turned it in. Some guy Brown bought it.
Oh shit.
They called it Brownsville, and they cleaned it up with no more garbage dump.
And Brownsville, East New York, that's what, if you look at the beginning of Goodfellas, like there was Italians.
Yeah.
My grandmother grew up in East New York.
Gotti's from Brownsville.
Right.
John Gotti's from Brownsville.
So I don't know how the fuck that shit happened, but it's I don't know, man. It's a fucked up. It's a fucked up situation out there because now that they're trying to, give people better opportunities in Brooklyn. I don't know how the fuck they're gonna fix that.
Remember
shit.
Joe Pepitone? He got busted in Brownsville.
Yeah.
Back in the day, and
Yeah.
while he was fighting.
Joe Pepitone, that's crazy. So I was a shit talker as far as going back to the act. I was a shit talker. I had a big mouth, funny, and I always loved comedy. And I loved Eddie Murphy. But I didn't want to be a comedian. I wanted to be Eddie Murphy.
Everybody did back then, man. He was the man.
Yeah.
Have no idea. He was just the fucking man. He's the first guy. Then I realized I wanted Rolls Royce. I've been to his house and stuff. Because before I was always living in an apartment, condos and stuff in the city, right? And then I went over to his house. I saw his mansion, his property, his car.
The shit in Jersey?
Yeah, right? Bubble Hill, wherever it was. And that's what I want. I don't want a condo. I want to live in a house.
That's dope. Dude, that was the one of the first party, you guys used to party your asses off.
Oh man,
right?
didn't we, man?
What do you remember about that shit, specifically at Eddie's crib?
Did he have crazy parties?
He was known he was doing that shit before. It was
But he didn't drink or anything, right?
But he liked bitches,
yeah.
girls, women. Sorry,
He had a bunch. Listen,
Put that in there.
We'll cut
Women.
I
that.
always had a bunch of girls there, but at this time in my life, I was really just on the scene. I was a little bit shy and stuff, but he had them all.
Everybody.
Yes. I even married. Listen, I married to a girl that eventually was partying there with me one time. I married her and stuff.
Wow.
She was my wife.
Out there.
Yeah, but she couldn't cook because she had a boyfriend. Her boyfriend wouldn't let her come to Eddie's party.
Wait,
So I
not
met
the
another
marriage,
guy.
not Robin.
No fucking way.
Before that?
No, after that.
Oh shit.
This shit's crazy.
But Eddie was the guy I wanted to be. I loved movies, and when I realized I wasn't gonna be a basketball player, I started doing comedy when I was 19. This is 1989, and then when I started doing comedy, I was okay. I was okay. I could talk shit. I could bullshit around. But then the first time I ever read a scene, like sides from a scene, it came more natural than ever playing basketball, than doing comedy. And I was like, this is what I'm going to do. I knew.
What was that?
It was it was a show for HBO that never went. But reading the sides, it was literally a fish to water. Basketball never came as easy.
Yeah.
Nothing ever came as easy. I was I'm gonna do this, and
Wow.
it just was I was like a comfort doing it, and then I fortunately got good breaks. I got good breaks because I knew I could do it, but then it's about the opportunities and I got a good break when I was young and been rocking ever since and love doing it still, and I don't like the business of it.
Nobody likes the business of anything, man. 'Cause
Yeah.
The business is the objective is him to win and you to lose.
Yeah, the business is
You know what I mean?
bullshit. It's show business. It should be called business show. Because without the business, there's no fucking show. But the actual doing of it, the doing it, and the performing and the artistry of it, I still get elation from doing it, and I love doing it. So
It's awesome, man. You've always been one of my favorite personalities, dude.
I remember, listen, don't you remember that I had a fight one day? I don't know where was the fight, in Tennessee. I think Jay-Z and them had some shit, and you was hosting for them. You were hosting for Jay-Z and them.
Yeah, when you fought the fucking, what was the black snake?
Black motherfucker. Oh, excuse me, the black rhino.
The Black Rhino.
Yeah,
And Jay-Z was doing a show for Showtime, a concert. This is like 2001, 2002.
Something like that.
And it was going to be a concert. Then we were going to go right to the fight. And I was hosting it. And this is when Jay-Z was Rockefeller, Dame Dash, Beanie Siegel, Freeway, and all them. And I was the host. And I was like the liaison to get from, I got Jay on stage. And then afterwards, like, all right, we're heading right over to the fight. We had a police escort. And this is my first time seeing, no, this is my second time seeing maybe it's the first time seeing a Mike Tyson fight. Was the Mcneeley fight after this or before this?
Before this.
This is before McNeely?
After it.
Okay, so I was at the McNeely fight. So I go to these fucking 87-second fights. Where you're all hyped and shit, and then it's like it's over before, So we do the show. We get a police escort over to the arena. I sit right in fucking literally where my hands are on the ring. Like literally ringside. Like I'm like this.
That's
Mike
dope.
comes out. Boom, 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 boom. The whole thing's fucking over. It wasn't even as long as a Jay-Z song. And it was like I go to see these bullshit fights and, but I got to see Mike fight and it's, you look back on it, it's it was a dope ass time, a dope ass memory to have that, in the history of it, especially it also being a boxing fan. Like I grew up such a fan of boxing and such a fan of the ABC fights, such a fan of Ali's.
Yeah, remember that stuff, Saturday fights?
Yeah. And then like when the guys...
And they were like in the morning, afternoon time.
You didn't even like... It wasn't like you didn't just come on and shit.
Afternoon time.
And your other guy, like I remember watching Mark Breland and Aaron Pryor.
Yeah,
and Boom Boom, like that fight where that was on ABC Fights. Yeah, that was like during the daytime.
That was a great fight too. They both was fighting
They
too.
were banging. It was 15 rounds.
They were banging. That's one of the reasons they changed it to 12 rounds, because most of the death happens after the 12th round.
Yeah.
13 rounds, 14 rounds.
But the fights were big, so like, being around it, and my father loved fighting, and I used to go to the fights. But every fight that I've gone to, every boxing match that I've gone to live has been a whack fight. If it was a Mike's fight, I seen a couple of bullshit fights with my man from Philly, Bernard Hopkins live, always bad fights or boring fights. I've never been to a fight. Like even like the Riddick Holyfield fights. Like I was never at good fights. I watch them on TV, but I've never seen like a great boxing match live.
Man, shit. Fucking Chavez was the beast back in the day. It's Julio Cesar Chavez.
A motherfucker.
Woo! Fuck.
Aaron Pryor.
Yeah.
And Alexis
the Guayo. God, Guayo will kill you. I saw him when they hit this guy in the liver, the fucking spleen, everything. Boom, the guy started just shitting on himself.
During the fight?
Yeah, he started shitting on his busted stool.
Whoa.
Mike, just as a fan, forget the business of it, because obviously, you're such a fan, or you were. I don't know if you still are.
Not as much.
And boxing so well, but just as a fan, to the fan in you, are you sad at the state of boxing today? Just as a fan.
You know what? This is what I have to say. I'm sad at the state of the promotion of boxing. There's a couple of good fighters. There's Errol Spence's out there. There's Giovanni Davis, and plus, they got the great fucking Liam Lomachenko. Right? Those guys should be promoted more. People should know who they are, because these guys are really splendid fighters, and they would make people go back and see boxers if people knew who they were.
Do you think that the fact that like the Klitschko guys and Lennox started it because he was extra big, but do you think that these guys being like 6'9", rock'em sock'em robot shit has taken away from the heavyweight the heavyweight division? Because like in your prime, you're 220.
Yeah,
you're 5'10",
217.
These guys, I mean, whether you could beat them or not, it's just like, why is a 6'9", 280-pound guy fighting a 217-pound guy, and this is the heavyweight? This is fucking like to me, it's like when you're watching two 6'9" guys just boom, 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 they could barely fucking move. Whether they did good or not, Klitschko did good or not. This is not
interesting.
Like Ali was 6'3", 220. Ernie Shavers, these guys weren't big guys. Like I feel like there should be a
Just
division
move.
for that. weight, like between 200 and 240.
No, this is the reason you can't do that. Know why? Because it's interesting because there's still guys at 200 pounds that can knock a guy out that's 260.
But what if you get the
You know
best
what I mean?
200 guy can't knock the best 260 guy out?
It depends. It depends on the fight. It depends on the will, the determination of the fight. See, just being a big fighter, it doesn't mean anything. And just being a decent, if you're big, is good. But if the guy's will and determination, he can beat you.
I know, but I'm saying like even but as a division, like the best of the best is there's a certain thing. But like I'm saying, like like the as a whole, the heavyweight division, you notice the fucking that used to be the biggest star in the world, whoever it was. If it was you, if it was Buster Douglas, if it was Ali, Ken Norton, going back, that was the guy. And now it's like, who's the heavyweight champion? It's Tyson Fury, Deontay. Oh wait, we don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
It's just eventually in time they're gonna have to take care of that, get that together, and all these guys are gonna have to fight one day. I guess. I hope.
throw down, right?
Yeah, I hope.
I miss it. I miss it because I like UFC, but I just miss that golden era of.
It should be one champion, and he should be. That's how it should be. It should be one champion. He fights everybody from every division, from every organization.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss it because I love it. Like I love the sport. I love the sport, and I have such admiration for it, and it's just not the same. Whatever.
No, man. It's interesting shit, though.
You know what I think is dope, Mike? Is that I call myself the New Balance King, but the fact that you fuck with that New Balance dad sneakers, Mike, did they hook you up? Because I got you.
Bro.
You got the hook up?
I got you.
Oh shit! I need the hook up.
Hey, yo, Mike, you know who's rocking New Balance? It's
Size
every old Jew
17s.
and Mike Tyson.
Size 17s.
Are those joints 17s?
No, this shot. What's this size? Size. It's 14.4E.
Mike, I got you.
14.4E.
I got you. I got
yes.
you. It's Larry David, Bernie Sanders, Woody Allen, every other old Jew, and Mike Tyson.
Fuck, cause our feet are hurt.
My feet are fucked up.
You got these are the best. It's soft and everything.
You need 'em,
they're
right?
the best, bro.
Can't live without them. Can't live
Your
without
joints
them.
are 14.4E?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Fuck, Mike. I'm getting you hooked up. I'm getting you fucking hooked up.
Yes.
Because I was like, Mike is rocking the dad shoes now. Like, I love that about Mike.
That's awesome.
I can't wear any other shoes. My feet
I'm on
get
that shit
pain.
too.
I can't. My feet are so fucked
I
up.
can't wear flat shoes. I can't wear any of that fly shit, any of these
I think
designer
because when I
shit.
used to fight without my socks and stuff, just barefoot, I got my feet got all fucking. What happens when they get black and hard and fucking
calloused and
yeah, man. Look like my
You don't
toes.
got the gout or some shit
not
like
the
that.
gout yet, but my toes blew up. Look at my toenails blew up.
Yeah.
You got fucked up feet, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, my feet are
Me
so.
too,
my
bro.
feet will scare you, man.
My feet are like eagle claws,
Yeah,
bro.
No, mine are
I
good.
cut my wife
Good.
sometime with my toenails, man. I
When
got
you're
the crazy.
leaning up against
Yeah.
That's funny.
My wife was like, "Fuck, baby, I need stitches."
That's funny.
I need stitches.
Oh, fuck, dude.
What else? Mike, you fucking with the housewives and shit?
I love the housewives.
Where you at right now on your Bravo shit?
Listen, know what I do? I mess with the what's that? Love and Hip Hop, but the housewives. I deal really with the Atlantic housewives. I like them. a lot.
Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah, I like
They're
them.
bugged out, right?
Oh, they're a trip, man. They're a
fuck with-
trip.
And Real Love and Hip Hop, I'm just like, wow, there's no shame in the game on Love and Hip Hop. And the Housewives, like they just go, like, I guess you get comfortable around the camera because some people say that shit's fake. I'm like,
That ain't fucking fake.
I agree.
No.
Listen, they may tell them you got to spice it up a little, make it a little bit more violent or something, get a little bit more drama.
Well, I think they
But when
say,
they
why
go,
don't
they
you go talk to her about that thing that really bothers you?
because Meryl Streep and Marlon Brando on their best day, they weren't as good as these people on these shows. That ain't
It's
fake.
crazy,
This is
bro.
good shit, man.
Really
No, they
good
get paid.
entertainment.
They
And
get paid,
I
bro.
would watch it all motherfucking night. I would watch the reruns because we record them.
We watch-
I would be on my
yeah.
couch watching it
Me
all
too.
night.
I
I'm
fuck
glad
with it
you
hard.
guys you fuck with that because I'm all about it myself.
I
dude.
fuck with it
Beverly
hard.
Hills.
Some of the people I know, I said, look at this nigga, man. What
New York
is he doing?
City.
What is, I can't believe she's saying that shit.
Yeah.
I may have,
Yeah.
as I was young, I might have went out with one of the girls before. I said, I know she ain't
shit.
saying this shit.
Mike, are you fucking
Fuck
serious?
no.
What?
You some of those, some of those housewives, right? We
were just
Yes,
kids back then.
I respect it. I respect it. But when you watch it, because they're like, to me, they're like stars. It's like soap operas.
No, they're stars to me too. No fucking deal. The fucking hip hop chicks and the guys. Oh man, I'm hip to all those guys. It's entertainment to me. It's like soap opera for men and shit.
Completely. I love it. With no shame in my game. Real men watch Real Housewives.
No doubt, dude.
Oh, listen, my man Joe, for one of them fucked up and locked up. The Jersey guy, he's fucked up right now.
Yeah, Juicy Joe.
Yeah, we gotta get Joe out of that
Yeah,
motherfucker.
free Joe. Free
Yeah.
Juicy Joe.
Fuck Joe.
Free fucking Juicy Joe. Yo, Mike, what do you think of this this Empire kid, that Jesse Somlay shit?
Jussie Smollett.
Smollett.
All right. From what perspective? I can look at it from another woman to go passionate and say, hey, listen, he's still a human being and what he did.
I want you to keep it funky, Mike. I just want your instinct on the, like, what the fuck is this guy? I mean, it's not like he's going to an electric chair.
Yeah, but listen, no, I think, what was the purpose of doing it? You wanted people to love you and feel sorry for you and sympathize with you and get you jobs. And
Yes.
people you can fuck other motherfuckers now that they know that you're a star, you're a bigger
The
star.
fame, it fucked him up. The fame fucked it. Like, the attention wasn't enough. He wanted more. He wanted to be a freedom fighter.
Yeah, listen.
Yeah.
No, he just wanted to be a motherfucker held up high. He's
Right.
special.
Like because I think it was all like in his head, I'm the Black Tupac. I want to be looked at like somebody's for the culture, about the people and all
Well,
that
that guy,
shit.
who the fuck is the guy beside the thing is? I'm not being disrespectful.
No, he's a new
Who's the
young
guy?
actor. He's
Yeah.
not like some big, I mean, it's no disrespect. It's like he's an up and coming actor. That's it.
Listen, man, what he did set people back.
I agree.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying, it could be from a black perspective too, but I'm just talking about people that are being beat down. These
It's
gay guys,
irresponsible.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He shouldn't have did that. And listen, I'm no one to judge, man, but god damn.
Yeah,
man, what
I
the
agree.
fuck you doing?
What
dude?
the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Do something. Start a charity. Do something. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
Where he's gonna go where he wants.
then he's
gonna have
claiming-
everything he wants when he go to prison. You know what I mean?
Well, he's
Like,
claiming.
will he have problems if he goes? He's not going to go to prison. He'll probably do jail like for 3 months or 90 days.
Isn't he claiming like mental illness?
Yeah,
and-
so he's going to exploit.
Yeah.
So he exploited
And
being black.
addiction.
He exploited being gay. Now he's going to exploit the mental health. The mental.
Yeah, that's
Is he
what
talking
he's-
that shit now?
That's what he's saying. That's what his out has been, I think.
Yo, Mike, this is one question I'm going to ask you straight up. And I know you don't like to talk about this. But
No, call it.
specific.
I love talking about everything nowadays.
All right. But when just simple as this, when you were in prison, did you ever have to shoot joints? That's a question I want to, like, did you ever actually shoot joints? Because there's all these rumors and like street fables, but did you ever have to put hands on somebody when you were locked down?
Just one time. One time.
Really?
Just one time.
Somebody wanted to shoot joints, or you had like how does that work with you at that time?
Somebody said something, I just went over there and hit him.
Boom, that's it.
Yeah.
Why would anyone want, like, they were talking out of pocket to you, or just around you know what I mean?
No, we were locked down for a long time, and it was just something that was irritable, and he said something, I just went over there and hit him.
Got you. All right, so it wasn't like he wanted to square, like
we
you were going outside.
We were locked down. We were just locked
I
down.
got
We
you.
couldn't get out. We wasn't going to the gym. We were just locked down. Somebody got stabbed since we were just locked down. And I was just upset and
Got
miserable.
you. All right. Because like in penitentiary and these movies, they act like somebody would want to actually shoot joints
No,
with you.
no, that
no one
didn't
wanted to
happen.
shoot
That
joints.
didn't happen, no.
All right, and then my second question, Mike. I know you've talked about this, and he's made a return. And you knew him back in the days, and you probably reconnected with him. Dapper Dan.
Oh, that's all. He's looking good too, man. On
Have you
television.
connected with him?
No, I haven't talked to him, but
We wanna get him on here.
We're trying to get him on this on the fucking iPod here.
Mike, I could connect you. Yo, I could.
Yeah.
Come
You
on.
do that. Listen, I used to always get my clothes from Dapper Dan's back in the 80s, right? And listen, this is what happened. That's how I ran into a stupid motherfucker, Mitch Green, right? I had went to Dapper Dan earlier that day, like 12 or 11 o'clock that afternoon or morning, and I fitted for some clothes. And so we were supposed to come later, but we hung out, we partied, we were drinking, and we were in D.C., so we drove all the way back. And so we came back, so let's go to Dapper Dan and get my clothes. We went in there, I got my clothes. We were all laughing. Walter Berry was in there. We were all having a ball. Everybody was laughing in there. So my back is turned from everybody, but everybody's laughing. And all of a sudden, everybody stopped laughing. And I'm talking stuff. Yeah, these bitch ass niggas there. You imagine that shit? I'm waiting to get myself. I turn around, Mitch Green's in this motherfucker. And these guys all scared. They don't want to talk. I said, oh shit, Mitch fucking Green. Then he just started talking, what the fuck you doing in my hood, nigga? Oh, then it was on from then.
And you guys threw down in the street or in Dappers? In
Right in the
Daps.
street.
Jesus.
And it was quick.
Real quick.
Blah, blah.
Well, he was talking a lot. He was just talking a lot, and I really thought he was grabbing from my pocket and trying to pull my pockets out, because if he rip my pocket, all the money will fall. But I won't have a chance to get my money. I have to fight this cat, right? And then my money's to the wolves. So anyway, that's when I just started punching him.
And it was over quick.
Yeah, I dropped him a couple of times, but he was high on angel dust, so he kept getting up. Right, just like Friday the 13th, the fucking Michael Myers, that guy.
You talk about this in your show.
Yeah, every time, boom, I knock him cold. Boom, he gets back up. Boom, I said, fuck, right? So when I'm in the car now, so I'm in the car. I'm tired because I'm overweight a little bit. I'm fighting this guy. I'm tired, right? I'm a little drunk.
Are you bugging that like you're the heavyweight champion and like you're a Dapper Dan?
You gotta do this.
And like this is happening in the street. Like, are you like, what the fuck is going on? Or did you feel comfortable with
Now, I
that?
felt comfortable doing it, but I was like, fuck, nigga, I hurt my hand on this motherfucker, right? But then I'm in the car. He rushes to my car. He breaks in my Rolls Royce. He breaks the side mirror. Boom, he breaks it off, right? And then
with the eye jam, his shit was already fucked up.
that wasn't the eye jam. He was bleeding, but he didn't have the real eye jammy. So I went out the car. I said, excuse me 1 minute. I got out the car and I hit Mitch, and Mitch went down, and he bent over, and I grabbed his head. I hit him, boom, one time, and his head hit the floor and hit the concrete, boom. And I said, oh, then that's when he was out, boom. And I got scared because he didn't move anymore when his head hit the concrete. And that's when I ran. I ran and got my car.
Fuck, Mike.
Out of here. I thought I killed him. I was so scared.
And this is right on 125th, right?
Yeah, I was so happy the next day in the paper they showed him
Right
up
with
with
his
his eye.
fucking
Yeah, I
eyes.
was so happy. I know he wasn't dead then.
Bro.
And Walter Berry was there.
Yeah, Walter was feeling bad. I said, Mike, I feel bad. I don't like to see you do that. I said, Walter, I have to fuck this motherfucker up. We the disrespectful fucking
That's
nigga.
fucking crazy.
This is a disrespectful motherfucker. You have to see this motherfucker. You have no idea how disrespectful this motherfucker is. You have to fight this guy in the street. He's gonna talk to you like a pig in front of the whole. You ever see how Harlem is, like all those people walking? He's talking to you like a fucking piece of rat shit in front of thousands of people.
Loud, big Jerry curl motherfucker.
Loud. Bitch ass faggot homo bitch dick sucking nigga. Yeah, in front of all these people. Oh shit! I used to start attacking this motherfucker.
Fuck.
He was one of the last remaining people with a Jerry curl too.
No, listen, you don't see, they don't have you don't see black people look like that anymore. Black people don't look like that's gone, all right? They may have a little texture in their hair, but no more of the Jerry curl. That's gone. That era's over. But listen, man, this guy had rocking it.
Yo.
But this is how interesting he is. This guy would rob the gas station. This is what he would do. So if there's not enough money, if it's too early, he got there too early, he would tie the guy up, hide him under the gas station, and start pumping the gas and taking the money. Pumping the gas. Mitch Green,
He's a piece of shit.
Oh, yeah. I'm my right-handed guard. He would pump the gas and got the guy.
Where is he? Is he alive? Mitch is still alive based on everything?
Listen, I don't know, man. The guy be
I haven't
shitting.
heard
The guy
he's died.
tied up, shitting on himself and all that.
Damn.
Mitch just pumping the gas.
That's fucking crazy. And he's a big
Holy
motherfucker,
shit.
right?
6'5". It's
Holy
crazy.
shit,
He
bro.
tied the guy.
That's fucking funny. Mitch Green is a fucking character.
Rap, did you start acting in New York?
L.A. I came out to L.A.
Okay.
The reason why I came out to L.A., this is a good Brownsville story. So in 88, before I had really figured out what I was going to do, my friends, now I was with some, at this point, like I wasn't doing anything, but they're my friends. I grew up with them. I had been with some dudes that had been, they're rough dudes. Robbing, drug dealers, you know, they were Brownsville dudes. For me, they were my guys and shit. And they came. I went to college for 1 semester at SUNY Old Westbury. You probably went up there and bagged some chicks.
Where at?
In Westbury, in Long Island. Yeah.
Yeah. Union. I went to Union.
That's
It was
pretty
one
cool.
Union up there.
Yeah.
Uniondale.
Yeah,
I went to
Uniondale.
Uniondale up there, hang out with the chick.
Right. So they came out to my college, and this is like a fucking. It's all kids from New York City. So my guy Boo Bear, who passed from Howard, and my 2 other friends, they come out and like, yo, don't start any shit. Because these are literally dudes that were on some, like, they'd walk past you, yo, what are you looking at? And if you didn't say nothing, They and I'm like, yo, don't nothing with anybody. Just everybody's cool here. School, I go to school here. But these were literally on.
You can't take them out of the neighborhood, dude. You
literally can't.
You gotta leave them in the neighborhood.
You literally can't, because like they're on that what are you looking at shit.
Insecure ass niggas, man. You can't go nowhere with them, man. That's how it was with my friends too. You want to show your friends a good time? I made it. Come check this out, guys. And then they fucking gonna fuck up your other new friends.
You tell
they
them
fucking
just
up
chill.
your new white friends. These motherfuckers chill the fuck out, nigga. These my people, man. It's gonna be all right. I don't like these white motherfuckers looking at me.
You must have been on that what are you looking at shit.
All the time. I had to learn. I get reprogrammed. Cuz had to reprogram me.
Because of what are you looking? You literally start. So we're up in fucking old Westbury. There had been a couple little like, yo, chill. Literally, like you have to like a pit bull. Yeah. Chill, stop. You know, you can't keep them off the leash. These are when I look back on it. So we made it for was getting ready. We were getting ready to leave. And we're coming out of some fucking like hallway or something like that. And these other two dudes like, yo, step outside. My man had just been in the hospital, had gotten shot. In Brookdale.
I know Brookdale. I used to rob the building in Brookdale.
He had just gone out. He wasn't even healthy. He had just gotten shot.
Brookdale.
And he's like, he still has stitches in him. My other two guys were good. They're like, what are you looking? Step outside. And the next thing you know, we're in a parking lot. And there's cars. And the dividers in the parking lots all have rocks. That's how they fill up, the spaces. So when we step outside, they're already out there. They start throwing rocks. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So this one kid, me and him, we're like fighting and shit. We're like tight up, like we're grabbing and shit like that. And I see his man, and it's either 3-on-4 or 2-on-4, but they were like step outside. So we get outside, and me and this dude are like tied up. We're like, it's not like we're like fighting, we're like tied up. And I see the dude throwing a rock, coming at me throwing a rock, and I lean down like that, and I feel like boom. And I knew it wasn't a punch, just the way it hit me.
Felt the blood come down?
I felt the blood coming down. You see this scar right here.
I can dig it.
On my forehead. This shit. Ooh. So they're like, I'm like, oh shit. I grabbed the dude. I get him on top of a car. Now, my weight is fully on him, right? My weight is fully on him. My arms are underneath him. I can't get my arms up. His head is right here, right to my face. This cocksucker, Mike, bit my fucking ear.
Oh,
everything goes, nigga.
Fucking ear.
It looks, oh,
Look,
no.
I got the Evander Holyfield.
Fuck,
You do. You look like it.
He bit my fucking ear. And when he's biting my fucking ear, I go, yo, you're biting my fucking ear. I like as if he didn't notice shit. I feel like my ear, like it goes numb. I pull off him. I could feel blood coming down here, coming down here. No one's punched me. Like it's just a skirmish. We get in the car. We try to run these fucking dudes over. My Brownsville dudes who had one of them just gotten shot. Like I'm like, my life is over. I can't feel my ear. Like to them, this is like a nothing.
Yeah.
They're laughing. These dudes are laughing like, yo, son, your ear got bit. Yo, son, your ear.
Son. It's so good.
Bit my fucking ear. So when you bit that motherfucker's ear, I swear to God, I had a physical reaction that I know no one else.
Wow,
I understood it. I understood that shit like what the pain of this shit was. I remember so I had to get a skin graft and my shit, people don't see it.
That's so funny, man.
Fuck.
But that was that's what you get for hanging out with Brownsville dudes.
Yeah, man.
So then after that, you had.
I went to Brookdale. I went back to Brookdale Hospital. They had to put me in. They left me there. I'm waiting. This is 89. The fucking service in Brookdale is something that it should be ashamed of. I'm laying there. I'm waiting. I'm by myself. These guys don't wait. Like, you're good. You're going to get a stitch. You'll be fine. And I'm on the gurney, because I had, they cover me up. And a guy comes he had no shirt on. He had a fucking huge wrap around his head. And I'm like getting agitated. Like, come on, when are they going to get me out of here? When are they going to get me out of here? The dude next to me in the gurney, he's like, what happened to you? I tell him the whole story that I just told him. I'm like 19. And my heart is racing. I'm scared to death. All this shit. I tell him this whole story like it's a big deal. He's talking to me. He got a whole wrap on his head. I said, what happened to you? He said, I got shot in the head. I was like, well, you could go first.
Yeah.
That's a real fucking story. Real fucking story. And then I remember, and then this is when you said started acting in 1989. I called my father, told him what happened, told him who I was with, and because I hadn't called him all night. He said, I was worried about you. And I told him what happened. He said, I'm glad you're all right. He goes, I'm getting to the point where I'm scared the next phone call I'm going to get is you got a bullet in you.
Oh, no.
And that was the end of I went to Los Angeles a couple months later, and I was done. Because my father said that to me. I was like, that's not happening to me.
So tell me, Michael, right? Hanging around all the people from Brownsville and all the blacks and stuff, right? How do you explain to your family? Because listen, sometimes I have to explain to people what they mean when they call each other nigga. You know what I mean? I have to explain to people what the fuck they mean. Like, if I'm with some white people and I brought around old friends of mine, and they keep saying nigga, they get intense.
Right.
What do they mean? Why are they calling each other nigga, Mike? I said, no, nigga's like nigga's like person, a guy, a girl, a motherfucker.
Dude, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Whatever the fuck.
It's hard to explain it, you know. It's used in certain contexts, you know. You have to know when to use it. I don't know. If you use it with an attitude, depends on how you use it. You know, smile when you say it, you know, or some shit. You know, it's just the way you say it.
For me, I remember my.
It's hard for me to even explain to somebody. Now, I have to explain.
It's bugged out.
Yeah, it's like a person. It's like a person. This nigga right, this big old white Caucasian nigga. We say something like that. It's like a person. You know what I mean? It sounds crazy, but that's just what it is. That's
my
how
father
people,
didn't like
in
that
Brownsville,
shit.
that's how people explain it. Big white Caucasian nigga. This white nigga over here did this and that. I'm serious. That's how.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I was just. When you're young, you don't think so much. But when my dudes used to be we're kids in my apartment, and I remember one time we were watching a game. Bullshit. It was me and my two friends, and this and that and this and that's the room's probably this big and this and that. You know, like we're not because we're kids. These are two black kids and me. Like we had grown up like that. That's how we spoke, and my father burst in the door. What are you guys saying? What is this? I don't want any. He was confused. Like, why are you? And motherfucker, and you know, he was like, you guys either stop or get the fuck out of my house. And my father always remembered.
That felt like being down south somewhere. Man, these white people saying that. What the hell, nigga?
He don't know what the fuck is going on. My father was like, I mean, he's a Jewish. He was like, what the fuck is like? This is insane.
This is insanity.
And where you're getting like, you guys are laughing. It sounds like you're having the time of your life and shit.
That's so funny, dude.
But yeah, so but having that, you know, one of the things that, like now where we are and everybody's like, the PC-ness and people of color and people, you know, and all this stuff that people have. One of the things that really bothers me is that the white guilt is at an all-time high. And a lot of to me, the white guilt comes from because some white people and some black people, we're both guilty of it. But I'll just speak for my people.
Go for it.
They don't physically know, intimately know any black people. They look at black people like they're this foreign kind of people, like they have to be, instead of like, people are people. And there's some black people that don't fucking know intimately, and I'm not saying sexual, I'm saying intimately, like they have any friendships, they've never been to a black person's house, and we don't know each other. So this is where these stereotypes and this stuff comes in, and you start looking at people like it's something you see on Instagram, or something you see on Blackish, or something you see in a rap video, or something you see on The Real Housewives, because you don't know people. And there's fucked up white people, there's fucked up black people, there's fucked up Jewish people, there's fucked up Chinese people. We're all the same. And that's one of the things like that I grew up, like I know, you know, being exposed to black people, being exposed to shit in 1560 East New York Avenue in the stairwell, like I'm like, yo, this is it does something to you, like it just is what it is. And that's the blessing I got from hanging around all that shit. And you know, the curse was getting my ear bit off.
Yeah, fucked up.
Cocksucker bit my fucking ear, Mike.
That was bad.
Why you like, yo, we're shooting joints, but why can't we fight?
They're losing. Ain't there's no rules in the street fight.
Yo, that caught me off guard. That caught me fucking off guard. That caught me the fuck off guard.
Getting your ear bit off.
In a fight.
You have to understand that, listen, we're fighting people in the street. The possibility, we might think, but the possibility we never going to see these people again, right?
Ever.
So you don't want to be the fact you ain't gonna see this guy again and he left you with all this shit.
And what is it over? This was literally over nothing. No money, no girls, nothing. It was so dumb.
It's because you looked at me wrong.
It
was literally, what are you looking at? And the next thing you know, they're throwing rocks and my fucking ears bit. And my friends are like laughing at me.
And you know, Eben,
anything could have happened.
I could agree. Respect is a big thing in the hood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In any hood, black, white, oriental, that's such a big thing.
Yeah. How long have we been going?
We've been rocking.
We've been rocking.
I
That was
was
a good
telling
one,
people
bro.
that you were going to keep us going for a while because you don't stop. You
Rap,
keep that-
you're the man, dude.
Listen,
True Romance.
Thank you.
Oh, man,
The
was
Sixth
that...
Day.
Thank
was
you.
that, hell...
Deep Blue Sea.
Fucking Real Romance. What the fuck?
True Romance.
Was that a trip? They beat that girl ass. Remember when they beat her ass?
Oh my God, dude.
James Gandolfini, Tony Soprano.
Yeah, beat her ass.
Thank you.
What was your first movie?
This first movie I did was a movie called Zebrahead.
I remember that when what the fuck you doing in that movie? This is real love. How you do me and you, baby? How you say that shit again?
Black and white like this.
You want it like this, baby?
Did you know that girl in the Boucher? The actress? Yeah. You knew her?
I
Brooklyn
seen her
girl.
around and
Right.
stuff. Back in the day, she was very attractive.
Yeah. This is when Mike was popping.
Seen her around back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Mike knew everybody.
Yeah. It's pretty fun.
So yeah, that was my first movie, Zebrahead, and then just been able to work and continue to work, and now I, do my podcast and talk my shit and continue to act and just.
You ever go out with that the Bush girl?
I didn't.
Fuck, that must have been something nice.
Did you go out? You never went out with her?
Fucking like the fuck, she was so hot and stuff.
You know who she was dating at the time when we were doing the movie. I remember she told me this. We were in a hotel room, a few of us, but at the time, this is 91, 92. But I remember she didn't say it. She didn't say dating, but I knew what she meant. De Niro. And I was like, oh.
He was so fucking lucky and shit.
Bob De Niro was putting it in.
Yeah, he fuck.
Yeah, so, but I remember hearing that shit. I was like, I hadn't, hearing somebody that even met Robert De Niro. I was like, what the fuck? You're fucking Robert De Niro?
I used to give her a hard time all the time.
You used to, we used to see her at the clubs and shit like that?
Yeah, I thought, who the fuck are you talking to? Straight with this guy? I used to just be a dick.
With Nabushe.
Yeah, I was a
That's
dick.
fucking funny, man.
What's her name?
Nabushe. She's an actress. She's still around, but she's a Brooklyn girl. Pretty. Nice girl.
I used to really get on the fucking nerves, though, if I really to be sincere with you. And I remember then I went through this process. I went to rehab, and I had to make amends with everybody, and I made amends. Hey,
Are you serious?
Not
Wow.
that guy no more.
When you had to make amends the first time, did you have a long fucking list, Mike?
Oh man, listen, man, I wasn't gonna do it.
Because the list was overwhelming?
No, I wasn't gonna do it because I didn't release those feelings I had with these people, these bad intentions I had with these people. It was hard. It was hard, and some people I had to make amends, but they were just regular people at the time. And then by the time I came out of rehab and stuff, these people became successful people, and I said, fuck, how am I getting next to this person now? So, and I find that one day I met them in an elevator. They had their bodyguards and stuff, and I made my amends. I was a little nervous because they had these fucking monsters around them and stuff, and I held their hand, and everybody looked up, and I said, you know what I mean, I like to make amends. My life is different now, and I made amends to them.
That's dope.
Yeah. That's so awesome, dude.
I made amends to I'm still not finished.
You got a long fucking
Yeah,
list.
still not finished. and
That's fucking
shit.
funny. That's fucking funny.
I make my amends to these crazy
I respect that
motherfuckers.
though, Mike. I told you,
And it's hard because sometimes I have no respect for some of these people.
That you
know
make
what I mean?
amends for.
Yeah. And I have to make amends, and
how do you do that though?
Hey, listen, man, you have to look, it's bigger than you.
Right.
You know, we have to get all that dirt out of you.
Right. I hear you.
Because I wouldn't have no respect for them. I would continue harassing people, just do other stuff.
You ever done DMT rap?
What's that?
Oh, dude.
What the fuck is I never even heard of DMT. What is that?
DMT?
DMT to them.
DMT is like a psychedelic molecule.
Nah. I'm not fucking with any of that shit. Hell fucking no, man. Hell fucking no. I'm not fucking with.
No, listen. You
Mike recent.
Yeah.
What is that? Some acid shit?
No, it takes acid. It's like 100 times more so than acid.
Shit.
Yeah, Mike just smoked 5-MeO DMT, which comes from this toad. It's a toad venom.
Oh, you see, you guys are fucking around on another fucking
Changed
plane.
my life. Listen,
Did it really?
Man, listen, I had a bunch of fucking disgusting hoes. I had cocaine, I had liquor, nigga, I was about to kill myself. I was gonna die. No doubt. I was gonna really die and stuff, ODing all the time and just destroying myself.
And this shit, like, what did this shit do?
I don't know what it did. That's the whole thing. I don't know what the fuck it did. I don't do that no more.
Right. I hear you.
I don't know what it did.
Fuck. You
He thought he was dying.
Is everybody in this fucking place? Like, I feel like everybody in this whole studio is whacked out of their fucking tree. The cameraman, are you guys fucking whacked out of your fucking, on that toad venom?
Yeah, these guys are interesting guys.
You're on that fucking toad venom? I talked to everybody out there. These guys, everybody's stoned out of their fucking minds and shit. They're on that good toad venom. This guy's fuck.
It's true.
Yeah. I can't.
No, it's good stuff, man. It helps people with like addiction.
Where do you get this
depression.
shit from?
You do it with a shaman.
A shaman, he gets it from the Sonora Desert in Mexico, and they live in the ground like 10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
All right.
That's why I believe you can't take them out of
Intense
their
shit, man.
environment because they won't be as potent.
Listen, I need to be under doctor's supervision to do that shit, man. I don't want to like. My wife doesn't want anything to do with me. I'm sure she'll be like,
man.
nah, fuck no.
Listen, I'm just very grateful I had the opportunity to experience it because all my life I thought at that stage in my life before I did the tour, I said nobody can tell me shit. I've been all over the world. I've been with all kind of girls. I've made all kind of great business deals. I've been wealthy before. I've done this before. I've done this. What are these motherfuckers gonna tell me? This common looking motherfucker. What are he gonna tell me? He couldn't tell me. So let me see this shit you got. So I experienced it, and it's never been the same.
Do you smoke it, or is it like a?
You smoke it, yes. Put it in a pipe. Looks like a crack pipe, and you smoke it.
Wow, that toad venom.
Toad venom, man.
No more ego. No more thinking I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. Fuck you, nigga. No more bitches or hoes and all that stuff. This shit is just, I don't know.
I hear you.
I don't know.
What do you got? Some toad venom here?
Oh man, I wish.
No,
I
we
did
don't.
some, yeah.
Maybe.
You know what happened? You just go, man. As soon as you're smoking, you just go to this dimension. You can't. It's inconceivable. You can't even explain it to people.
Do you know how long you were high for on it?
15 minutes. I thought it was 2 hours, 3 hours.
Wow. You fuck with that toad venom hard body, right? I could tell.
He hasn't tried it yet.
You haven't fucked with that
tried
venom?
it.
But you got the beads, though. I see you got the beads.
I've done ayahuasca and DMT,
Yeah.
but not the 5-ME. Because what I did was like the riverboat ride. This shit's like the spaceship.
I hear you.
You know?
Shit.
Listen, if I would have knew, I'm so happy I didn't know what I was getting myself into. If I would have knew that I was gonna feel that way, if I would have saw this on the film in advance before I did, I would have never taken it.
Pretty dope, dude.
All right, maybe I gotta run it up the flagpole.
So what do you do with your kids? What kind of time you spend with them?
Well, they're older now. My one son's in New York. He's going to
Yeah.
college and shit.
Fuck, do you meet that boyfriend or girlfriend?
Well, he didn't introduce me to his girlfriend.
Fuck.
Damn,
I
G.
know it's.
Where'd that lighter go?
I have one right here.
There's one there too.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, they're young adults.
My
and
girls
shit.
don't bring their friends to see me. Never bring their friends.
Because
to
we're
the house.
dads.
Yeah,
We're. I mean, even though you're Mike Tyson, you got on fucking New Balance. So
Yeah,
you're
you're
just a
right.
dad, right?
Yeah, they're my shoes and I cool it all to my kids. Fuck.
No, they must think
They're
you're like.
comfortable as fuck,
yeah.
though.
I try to tell that too. My kids are like the New Balance. Like now, the New Balance they wear them. It's like ironic for them to wear it.
Yeah.
Like you know that, Mike. Like these are becoming
like-
hip with the kids because it's like ironic. Like I'm cool, but I'm wearing dad shoes.
Yeah.
Them shits, Mike. Even you can't make them shits cool. I'm sorry.
I know, but they feel good. though.
I'm with you. I'm done with
Hell
my
yeah.
cool shit. So yeah, but my
Mike,
kids.
can I see that lighter real quick?
My kids are the same way. They don't want to really. They're
What school they go to? My daughter just graduated from NYU.
Oh shit! My son goes to the new school. It's like It's like a subsidiary of NYU. It's like It's more specifically based on the arts. You know, like music and I don't. Yeah. So, but it's right near NYU, right down there in the village.
You know, Eben. You know what's challenging? Paying tuition's a trip.
Fuck.
That's a trip, right? You know, then you know that you're an adult when you're giving all this money for someone else. You know, I'm saying, wow, this is a lot of money to be paying these kids. You know, you realize that God, did I really want them to go to school? Do they really want to go to school?
Do they really want to go? Like
Yeah.
this ain't no fucking. You're not going to like this ain't a trip to fucking Palm Springs.
My son, he goes to American University in D.C., but I don't know if he really wanted to go to school. You know,
and the reason why you start asking that is because of the prices.
Yeah,
What is it? $100,000 a year?
Yeah, close to 86.
So you start to go like, motherfucker, I'm paying for this. Do you really like?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I'm paying for something that I don't have to pay for. $86,000.
That's a shitload of money.
So if you're going there, you're not going there.
No, those are in quarters, nigga. Isn't that the whole pay?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
know.
but it's fucked
That's
up.
just one.
Yeah.
That's one
Private
year.
school is a fucking a motherfucker,
Yeah.
man. High school, fucking, and you start to go like, hey, you don't want to fucking do this shit? Go to public school.
Yeah, dude. When I played for the Bears, I played for the Bears. My daughter was in a fucking Montessori school in Chicago that was like $2,000 a
Yeah,
month.
we went there too. Went to Montessori school in D.C.
$2,000, you'd be lucky to pay for that now. You'd
Yeah.
be lucky to fucking.
Oh yeah,
No. I'm talking about $35,000 for 6th grade.
I know,
The fuck?
dude. This was preschool. I was
And they're
like, this is
complaining
crazy.
about shit.
Yeah.
35, you fucking, dude, I'm not making, for $35,000, there's no more, daddy, can you make me a sandwich? They need to figure out, give you something, a ravioli or something.
You know, that has a lot to do with us and our insecurities. We want our kids to have the best. Probably
Yeah.
we didn't have the best, so we want them to have more education or a better lifestyle than what we had. You know, that's what, right? That's really what it is, right?
And-
you
but
don't
at
want to
the-
be as reckless as we were.
I agree. You want to protect them and all that shit, but you start to, when it's 35,000 or college, you're like, motherfucker, we're not, this is fucking.
No, I understand the joke to my son is a joke to him and stuff. You know, this stuff is a joke to him. He didn't get it yet.
It's so crazy that
didn't get
happens.
it yet.
You know, when you're born into that,
Right.
that you don't realize
Well, look
what
where
it took.
this
you know?
fucking guy came
Yeah.
up, you know, it's shit.
I know. It's so crazy. Like
Yeah.
Mike, what it took for you to generate that life, and then your kids think it's just normal. That's like the normal
They do.
life.
They understand this. My kids don't have even enough black friends.
And they're black.
Yeah, they don't have enough black friends.
Well, Rap, what are you up to these days, man?
I'm getting ready to start shooting this Netflix show, the 3rd season, called Atypical, and I got the I Am Rapaport stereo podcast.
So tell me, man, about this Netflix. Everybody going to Netflix. They're giving money away, huh?
They're giving money. It's consistent. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, and it's changed TV and shit. It's like a network. It's like a network, but it's they changed. They're game changers. They fucking changed the game. So they got all kinds of shit, original programming, and movies, and it's Netflix is dope. You watch Netflix?
Hey, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Who doesn't?
I
It's like a
know.
staple now.
Everybody.
It's like Nike, Pepsi, Netflix, ABC. You might even say Netflix before ABC or HBO.
Yeah.
It's fucking been 10 years of this shit.
It's crazy.
It's crazy that it's become. It's of course I got Netflix. Like the answer is of course I got Netflix.
Yeah.
You know,
You
so,
don't? If you don't,
right?
you're
missing
you're
out
an alien.
because Netflix is dope.
Yeah,
Netflix
good
is
shit.
fucking dope.
it is, man.
Netflix and chill
it's
and
the
Murder Doc
future.
and chill.
Yeah, it's the future.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
So I'm just doing that. So I'm doing the podcast. I Am Rapaport Stereo Podcast, Championship Podcasting.
Tell me this. What is it that you want? What would be your crowning achievement? What is it that you want to achieve in this particular field?
If my
And keeping it real. Keeping it real.
my
you know what I
crowning
mean?
achievement would to be to write, direct, and act in a really good movie, whether it makes money or but like if I know it's dope, like if I wrote, directed, and acted, I would be like that's pretty. As far as artistry, like acting, like it's not life. That would be something I want to do, and that's the thing I'm like I would be excited about to do that shit, which is not easy. People, you see people do it, pull it off. Actors do it. When they do that shit's if you write, direct, and act in something and it's dope, that's rare to happen.
What
Have
the
you-
fuck you think about? I'm sorry.
No, you, Mike.
What the fuck you think about? Man, this is so enlightening too. About Spike Lee winning the Oscar. Isn't that incredible?
I mean, shit, Mike.
That's incredible. I'm just so happy. I was almost gonna cry for the motherfucker.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was dope. It was dope seeing him do it and his movies and I got
You
to
know how
work.
hard it is for him to get it. How you know how opinionated he is.
Yeah.
Openly, the way he talks about these people, and they got that award.
And you know, Mike's Spike. Sometimes I'm like, but Spike Lee gave careers to so many. Rosie Perez, John Turturro, got Danny Aiello his only Oscar nomination, made Denzel Washington a sex symbol. Mo Better Blues, Robin Harris, the late great Robin
That's
Harris.
my man. Yeah, that's my guy, Robin.
Samuel Jackson, like
Listen, Robin never got the praise that he deserved, though. But he was the man.
He was a
especially in
funny
LA.
motherfucker,
oh,
right?
Man, yeah.
He got
Comedy Act
game.
Live.
he got Ray Allen.
So
I mean,
good.
you know, so he gave a lot of people. You know, he's been he's been rocking.
She gotta have it. That
She-
was a good one too.
You know, he's been rocking. So I'm glad he got the award. You know, because if anybody loves and appreciates the business and the culture of Academy Awards and understands the history of it, Spike is like. He knows everything about this business.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, the frustrating, the movie business, the Academy Awards. He knows he's seen everything. That motherfucker's like an encyclopedia Google of film and cinema. So it's dope that he got it. That's dope. You know, he's a Brooklyn dude.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
You know, and he was one of the first people to like bring, you know, like
One pass me one of those.
Jay's brother,
lighters.
lighter.
Thank you.
he was one of the first people to like, you know, have like shops in Brooklyn. He had the Spike Lee store, and you know, and he was always talking about that, you know, that Brooklyn shit in a different way. So it, you know, Crooklyn Dodgers feels so good to be a Crooklyn Dodger. So yeah,
What else?
got me
brother?
fucked up in here.
Oh,
man.
what was I gonna
John
say?
Singleton, what was that movie you played with?
Higher Learning.
You were the fucking. You turned into the Nazi guy. You
Skinhead.
started hanging with the skinhead.
Yeah, it was dope.
You did a good job.
Thanks, Mike.
You did a good fucking job.
Always, man. You always do a good job, man.
Oh shit, Higher Learning. It was dope. Regina King was in that.
Yeah.
She just won the Oscar too.
Yeah.
Ice Cube.
She deserved it big time.
She's dope. Cole Hauser, John directed it. Omar Epps. It was originally going to be Tupac and Leonardo DiCaprio
In what movie?
in Higher Learning.
I ain't learned.
Oh,
But
wow.
Tupac, they couldn't finance it. They couldn't get insurance because he had gotten locked up.
Oh, wow.
You know, being a Brooklyn guy, I'm so proud when I see Brooklyn guys make it. You know, I know what it's like. No one makes it. I know by the time they make it, they lost so many people.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, yeah. It's Brooklyn.
You live in New York?
I'm back and forth.
Okay.
Here in Los Angeles and New York. I don't fuck with the winter. I don't
Do
miss
you
the
have
cold.
friends? Do you have friends like you used to be friends with them for a long time? Then when you made it, they thought you were supposed to bring it with them, and your guys not friends anymore. Kind of
Yeah, it's tough.
the trip, right?
Yeah, because you know you want to help out, but then you can't.
You can't abuse yourself.
You can't abuse yourself
That's what we do. We abuse ourselves
by doing that.
Yeah.
I used to be overly generous. And you say, oh, well, that's not a bad thing. Yeah, it is a bad thing. If you're overly generous and you're generous and you know, Mike, I got a face like, I think it's a disposition like that people think like I got like a fucking dumb looking face. Like it's part of my look. Like my face is like kind of like, you dumb fuck. Even if you know me. And sometimes I think people try to get over on that. And it you know, relationships, platonic relationships with your boys, we're guys, they're not fucking easy either.
No.
Like you think about how, like, you know, like, so being married to one person and stuff, but like just being friends with somebody for a long period of time.
Yeah.
You know, it seems all good when you're at the club and you're young and it's not, but you know, things
Yeah.
happen. People get
Yeah.
jealous. People fucking, you know, relationships are hard to keep. You know, they're work. All of them, you know,
Yeah.
maintaining them, staying in touch. When you get older, you got kids, you move. Oh, I haven't seen you, and then it's 1 year, and I haven't seen you in 2 years, and you know, and then like real tight people, like success and money, and you know, like fuck all that. I got to take care of myself. I got to take care of my family. I'm not taking care of, like I'll hook you up a couple of times, but at a certain point,
But sometimes you can't.
It's
even
hard
hook them
enough.
up. Sometimes you can't even hook them up. Cause listen, I'll give you a job, but they don't want to work. I'll give them a job if they want to work. You know what I mean? They're not gonna want to
so
work.
then they don't work, and then you got to fire them. So you're a
Yeah.
double asshole.
They're not gonna
Right.
work. They're not gonna work.
Yeah, it's tough. I just had some shit with like over some money and success, and I'm just like,
Interesting.
you've been rocking with me from day one, and now you think
It's almost like having a second wife.
Yeah.
No, serious. Like having a second wife.
You're right. You're fucking right.
Your business partner?
No, you're friends.
You're
Your
people,
friends,
man,
yeah.
and success and money, and it's not about like success and money necessarily like famous people, just regular. It happens at any level. It could just be anything. It could just be any fucking thing. It's
Yeah, no, I've just went through it myself.
And they're great friends, great guys, but I got to go on with this life now. This is the new dimension in my life I got to deal with.
it's bullshit.
You know?
It's bullshit. It doesn't have to be some dramatic fallout either. It just could just be, you know, it's sometimes it's drama, sometimes it's just, this ain't happening right now. You could come back around. Who the fuck knows? Life is short.
Who would you want to work with? Who's your director you would want to work with?
Scorsese,
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino. Those are the guys that I
You know how to get in
I
touch
know
with
what I
these
was
guys. Why
gonna
don't you
ask.
ever talk to these guys and try to get
I'm working. It's got, it's the right. They know me. I know them. It's got to be the right thing at the right time where they see it and I see it, and it'll happen. And until then, I'm a fucking fan.
I can dig it.
I love those motherfuckers. Scorsese's my fucking dude.
Yeah.
And it just hasn't
Always, man.
been. That's my fucking.
Goodfellas, Casino,
Forget it. Raging Bull.
Raging
That was
Bulls.
the greatest right there.
Oh my God, Raging Bull is so good.
Mike, talk about Jake just as a fighter, because I know you know all this. Talk about Jake LaMotta.
Yeah.
Determined fighter, very hard fighter to beat, strong will, determined, hard. It's hard to beat. It's a fucking rock, hard like hitting this fucking wall. You know what I mean?
Had that low style.
Yeah, but he didn't get hit as much people thought he did. You know, everybody thought he got hit more than he did. He was real smart. You know.
Sugar Ray Robertson.
Oh, they were beautiful fights.
They would go at it.
Oh, they're rivals.
A puncher versus the boxer versus the puncher, right?
Yeah, but they would punch each other out. They would go for it, man. They
That's
were great
dope.
fights.
You know what I call myself the Jake LaMotta of podcasting.
Nice.
Tell me that. Tell me why you say that.
because I say I'm gonna take you 15 rounds into the deep water like Jake.
He's
like
gonna take you to 15 rounds.
I'm the champion. For me, I talk shit, so I call myself the champion of shit talking, and I'm gonna take you 15 rounds. And I'm gonna into the deep waters, the Jake LaMotta of podcasting.
I love
That's
that,
interesting,
dude.
right? That's one thing about Ali. That's why Ali was so tough to beat, right? Because Ali, this is one thing you have to realize when you go to fight Ali. The first thing this is just the first thing besides you have great boxing skills, you punch hard, you got great determination. Before all that stuff, you have to have a program in your fucking mind and in your heart, I'm going 15 rounds, okay? Because I'm not knocking this guy out.
That's it.
Yeah, you got to prepare to go 15 fucking rounds because this guy's going nowhere.
Nowhere.
No, he's going nowhere. You better prepare to go 15 rounds.
15 deep ones.
Deep with hard ones. Shit, yeah. He's gonna take you there. And boxing, know what's more interesting? When you lose them and they had those 15 and 20 round fights, really, the guy lost from exhaustion.
Can you imagine 20 fucking rounds?
Yeah, lost from exhaustion.
Yeah. You
20
probably couldn't pick your arms up, dude.
20 rounds of boxing with bare knuckles and shit?
And this is what I thought. I said, well, listen, it was 20, 40 rounds back then. Those guys probably fought in slow motion to keep themselves able to go the distance, so they probably do 1 punch or 5 punches around. These guys are fighting full fucking speed ahead.
Yeah.
20,
Trying
40
to kill
rounds,
each
going
other.
for it. Round 36. Boom, 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 boom. They're fighting and they're
Jesus.
going for it. I'm saying, oh, shit.
Wow, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
They were
Yeah.
in tremendous shape. It was all psychological. They were in tremendous shape.
Unbelievable
Round
shape, dude.
28, boom, 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 drop, knocked down. He gets back up. The 40th round comes, boom, he gets knocked down. The 28th, then he come back and knock the guy down in the 40th round.
Crazy.
Fuck. That's some other shit. That's savage shit. I told you I started doing stand-up comedy
That's deep.
when I was 19. But you know what it is now because
Yeah.
you did the show. Even though, but like you would riff off sometimes, which
Yeah,
is
no doubt about
unusual.
it.
It's unusual. I never seen anyone do that because I seen you do the show 3 times.
It's different, man. Being a stand-up comedian, that's a different monster.
That's a different
right
thing.
there. Fuck.
It's a different thing. And I started back doing it.
That's so intimate. That is deep right there. You know, you got to expect to make these guys laugh talking to yourself.
Right.
You're talking to yourself. You're an idiot. You're talking to yourself and these guys got to laugh.
Yeah.
You got to make these people laugh.
They
talking
come to
yourself.
laugh.
Yeah.
At least with a one-man show, like it's a script and you could always revert back to the
Exactly.
script and you could go, well, I can make them laugh, I can make them cry. Comedy clubs, they come for one reason, to laugh.
Yeah.
They motherfuckers come out. That's like saying I'm going to go to the tennis, go to play tennis. I'm going to play tennis. I'm going to the comedy club. I expect to laugh, motherfucker. So that I keep that in consideration when I'm up there fucking around sometimes, because I'm like, they paid to see a show.
Yeah.
And that can make some of these comedians really a bitter kind of people, because they flunked before and they heard people boo and throw shit at them before, so they always got to be on top of their game.
And imagine, like you said, being a person who's talking to themselves, like that's their psyche. That's why comedians are fucking weirdos in real life.
They have to be. They have to be kind of dark.
Yeah, dark and narcissistic, and so I like it.
Gotta be narcissistic for this kind of game. When you got like any kind of competition, like football, you have to have that belief that you're a god, kind of. You know what I mean?
You know, there's another thing, Mike. I just wanted to throw this at you when we talk about the podcast. I said this last week. I said on the I AM Rapaport stereo podcast, because I was in the middle of some shit with some shit talking. I said, my taste is impeccable. My style is impregnable.
Oh, God.
And I said, and a shout out to the great Mike Tyson.
Hell yeah.
But I said that, but like in my shit talking, I was like, my taste is impeccable. My style is impregnable. Shout out to the great Mike Tyson.
Hell yeah.
So that I use a lot of boxing references in my shit, just because, although I sparred one time.
You know Danny Jacob?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a good guy. What do you think how he's going to do against Alvarez? Canelo.
I mean, what do you think?
It's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be tough for him.
For Danny or for who do you think? Like, if you had to, like, who would you say is gonna win?
Fuck, I would like Danny to win. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a tough fight for him.
Yeah, Canelo's a motherfucker. Do you fuck with any boxers at all? Like in terms of like do you work with, like, do you have anything to do with boxing or fighters?
Not that much really no more.
If a young fighter that was like a real boxer was like, hey Mike, I wanted to come in and see if you could help me, do the body movement. Would you work with a fighter that, or like would you do that for the love, for the money, or if the person asked you, like, I want to help, like, the head movement?
Listen, if I had the time, I'd do it for free.
For the love?
Yeah.
If you respected the guy?
Not for the love of it, it's for to help the guy.
Right.
To help the guy if I can.
If it was somebody that you thought was worthy of it?
I don't have to think he's worthy. Yesterday he asked me to do it.
That's dope.
You know?
That's dope.
The sensei, dude. Sensei Mike.
Wasn't that crazy? I was thinking about it. I think I can't believe I used to box before.
And your style was fucking ill.
That was weird. That was just weird doing that stuff.
Vicious, man.
But the body movement,
yeah,
the legs and shit, like, is your back good?
Back to fuck. That operation got these 2 bolts in my back.
Is it from the?
Yeah. My back and my neck from doing my neck held my football neck ridges.
Yeah, you were doing some prehistoric, like old school, like that with the fucking strap and the weight.
Yeah.
Yeah, the neck.
Now they got you at CrossFit.
Now I had neck operation all fucked up.
Wow.
Yeah. Shit, brother. Let's wrap this thing.
Yo.
Are you ready? Are you ready, brother?
How do we do it? How do we do it?
Wrap. Thanks, man.
Hey, do you want anybody to know?
You're awesome, brother.
I am Rapaport Stereo Podcast. Mike, I said this to you before. You've been a part of my life. I'm such a fan. And the thing I told you this, and I wrote about it in my book. I said, and I know you're a work in progress like all of us, but it humbled me watching you come to the other side of who you are today, because I go around with my big mouth and I'm a fake tough guy, and when seeing you go through your stuff and wearing New Balance, and I'm just using that as a sort of symbolism, but for you to be humbled and chill, and on the other, it's something I think about when I start to think that I'm invincible, and that you have to grow up, and that you have to let your guard down, and let the young kids rule, essentially, and be a good person, a decent person, and I respect that so much, Mike. And I'm glad you're doing good.
I'm doing my best, man. But that's for you, man. You hung out with Jocko and those guys, man. Those guys were legends. These guys are like legends in my neighborhood. They take all the kids that have talent and stuff, and they help them get to the pros, and they guide them. And these are just awesome role models in our community. In our community, there's a lot of guys that think they're badass. And they don't got to respect. Everybody respect Jocko.
Everybody respected him.
That's so awesome.
And then the way I'm from Brownsville, they don't feel they have to respect people. They just want to kill you. They don't give a fuck. But Jocko had that deep respect because everybody knew he was a good man.
They knew that shit. He was a good at the Brownsville Recreation Center, the BRC.
Shout out to Jocko, man.
Yeah.
Shout out
big
to Jocko.
time.
Greg Jackson, former New York Knicks,
He was a
Brownsville
player.
legend.
He was a player too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right.
Well, shit, Mike. Awesome episode, brother.
Anytime. I'm so happy you guys are doing this, and I can't wait to see what's next for you guys. And this is my pleasure.
Awesome.
It's my
Thank you. It's
pleasure.
our pleasure, brother.
Come on,
Thank
Mike.
you. Great episode,
My
brother.
style is impregnable.
Yeah, brothers and sisters, man.
I got a brother
Yeah.
and a sister.
older, younger.
Older.
Oh, you
Very
the baby?
different, but similar.
Hey, I can dig it.
Yeah.
We all different. No one's
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. Older.
All right, y'all.
All right, you guys.
We're out of
Peace,
here.
Mike.
Peace.
That was dope.